The studio air is cold. Not just cool, cold in that artificial way television studios are. The lights above the stage burn like miniature suns, and the only way to keep the performers from melting under them is to freeze everything else. Backstage, in the dim green room of NBC Studios, Bruce Lee sits alone. On the monitor mounted in the corner, Johnny Carson delivers his monologue with effortless rhythm. The laughter comes on cue. Politics, California, gas prices, a joke about Hollywood vanity. The audience roars. Bruce watches quietly. He isn't laughing, not because the jokes aren't funny, but because his mind is elsewhere. It's March 1973. 6 months of phone calls. 6 months of convincing producers. 6 months of hearing he's just the Green Hornet guy. To most of America, Bruce Lee is still just Kato. But in a few months, Enter the Dragon will explode across theaters and change everything. Tonight is different. Tonight, he shares the stage with Muhammad Ali, the first guest, the headliner, the greatest boxer alive. The entrance. Carson finishes his monologue. Doc Severinsen's band swells. My first guest tonight needs no introduction. The crowd already knows. Heavyweight champion of the world, the greatest athlete alive. Muhammad Ali. The curtain parts. Ali walks through like a king entering his throne room. Standing ovation. He doesn't walk, he glides. Shoulders loose. Chin high. Perfect suit. Perfect smile. The camera loves him. The audience loves him. America loves him. For 15 minutes, he dominates. Stories about Joe Frazier. Predictions about his next opponent. Shadowboxing in his chair. Poetry. Boasts. Laughter. He is electricity. Backstage, Bruce studies him. Footwork even while sitting. Eyes constantly scanning. Energy controlled. This is not just a boxer. This is a performer. You're up next. A production assistant appears. Mr. Lee, you're up after the break. Bruce nods. He stands. Smooths his shirt. No flashy suit. No dramatic accessories. Just dark slacks and a button-up. Minimal. Controlled. Focused. The stage manager counts down. 5, 4, 3. The red light returns. Carson smiles into the camera. My next guest is a martial arts expert and actor. You'll remember him as Kato on the Green Hornet. He has a new film coming out called Enter the Dragon. Please welcome Bruce Lee. Polite applause. Respectful, but nothing like Ali's thunder. Bruce walks out. Calm, measured, present. He shakes Carson's hand. Firm, professional. Then he turns toward Ali, the hand that hangs in the air. Bruce extends his hand. Natural, automatic, respectful. Ali looks at it. Doesn't move. Arms crossed. Face unreadable. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. 4. The studio shifts. You can feel it. Bruce lowers his hand. His expression does not change, but something in the air does. Carson clears his throat. Well, Bruce, have a seat. Bruce sits in the second chair, slightly behind Ali, slightly smaller, slightly less important, at least visually. America notices. The spark. Carson begins politely. Questions about Enter the Dragon, about martial arts choreography, about philosophy. Bruce answers clearly, controlled. Then Ali begins reacting. Eye rolls, smirks, small dismissive laughs. Carson sees it. Muhammad, you seem to have thoughts. Ali leans forward. Johnny, I got plenty of thoughts. The audience chuckles. With all respect, Ali says, turning toward Bruce. What he does ain't fighting. It's acting. Looks good on camera, but it ain't real. The crowd murmurs. Bruce does not flinch. What I do, Bruce replies softly, is different from boxing. Boxing is a sport. It has rules. What I teach is survival. Ali laughs. I've been in the ring with killers. And I respect that, Bruce says. But rules change reality. Ali leans closer. Only fighting that matters is the ring. Bruce tilts his head slightly. Then why didn't you shake my hand? The temperature drops 10 degrees. Silence. Pure silence. Carson shifts in his seat. Ali's smile fades. What? When I walked over, I extended my hand. You refused. What? Ali straightens. I shake hands with champions. Bruce nods. And I shake hands with human beings. The audience gasps. The challenge. Ali stands. He towers over Bruce. 6 feet 3 inches to 5 feet 7 inches. 70 pounds heavier. Muscle and myth. You think I'm scared of you? Bruce stands too. No, I think you're scared of what you don't understand. The camera zooms tighter. You're the greatest boxer alive, Bruce continues. But boxing is not the only form of combat. And if fighting exists beyond your definition, then maybe you're not the greatest fighter, just the greatest boxer. The audience freezes. Ali's jaw tightens. He extends his hand suddenly, aggressive. You want a handshake? Take it. Bruce looks at the hand, then looks at Ali. Not like that. What? Not as a performance. Not as dominance. Respect costs nothing, but must be real. Something changes in Ali's eyes. The performer fades. For a moment, it's just Cassius Clay, a man, facing another man who refused to be intimidated. Ali lowers his hand, then extends it again. Different this time. Calmer. I was disrespectful. Bruce takes it. They shake. The audience explodes. Relief. Applause. Energy restored. But transformed. The shift. They sit back down. Now they talk. Really talk. Discipline. Footwork. Timing. Psychology. Ali admits he studied martial artists for speed drills. Bruce admits he studies Ali's footwork frame by frame. Two masters recognizing each other. By the end, they're laughing. The tension becomes chemistry. The moment becomes legend. Backstage, after the show, in a quiet hallway lit by buzzing fluorescent lights, Ali approaches Bruce. I was wrong. Bruce nods. You were performing. Ali shakes his head. No, I was insecure. Bruce looks at him. That's rare honesty. Ali smiles. You got courage, man. Not fighting courage, Bruce says. Moral kitty. Ali laughs. You should come train sometime. Bruce smiles. I'd like that. They shake again. No cameras. No audience. Just respect. Years later, after Bruce Lee's death at 32, reporters ask Ali about that night. Ali says, Bruce taught me something. Being the greatest ain't about power. It's about humility. That little man stood up to me in front of millions, and he was right. The legacy, whether it happened exactly this way or not, the story survives because it means something. It isn't about boxing versus martial arts. It isn't about who would win. It's about ego meeting discipline, power meeting principle, a moment when the loudest man in the world was silenced by the quietest and chose to grow instead of dominate. That is what froze the studio. Not fear, not anger. Truth, spoken calmly, without shouting, without violence. The handshake eventually happened, not as theater, but as mutual respect between two legends who walked different paths toward mastery. And that became the real victory.